a boomerang returns back to the person who throws it. That's from Russian-American author Vera Nazarian. Karma. What does Teofimo Lopez, after loss to George Kambosos, feel about Deontay Wilder now? Does he still think Wilder was being a B-I-T-C-H? We're about to talk about that in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. I don't know how you found my video, but somehow, somewhere you made it. You all arrived at the content. Please help others find this content by throwing a like on the video. It's simple, it's brainless, it's quick, it's painless. Throw a like on the video. Help others find the content. Reach one, teach one. Now, I started off with that quote. Shout out to Vera Nazarian. It says, a boomerang returns back to the person who throws it. This, I believe, is a very adequate display of karma. Karma being the boomerang. The person who throws it in this equation is Teofimo Lopez. Y'all must have forgot. Let me take you back on a stroll down memory lane. Boom. Follow me on Twitter at Boxingego. My question to you all, does Teofimo Lopez still think Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, oh my God, from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, is, quote, being a B-I-T-C-H? Use a O. Use a O. I said that use a O. Because this is precisely what Teofimo said when Wilder lost the second fight to Tyson Fury. He said, Wilder, you're a grown man. Why are you acting like a abyssal, right? A shizzle dizzle. After saying Deontay Wilder was making excuses, question mark. Now that Teofimo loses to George Kambosos, he will not accept defeat. And he says, they're forcing me to make weight, which sounds like a personal problem. It was all good just a week ago. In the words of Jay-Z featuring Too Short. It was all good just a week ago. It says, don't try it. That's corny. Teofimo Lopez tells Deontay Wilder, quote, stop being you see it, abyssal, after making number of wild excuses for the Tyson Fury fight and defeat. This was captured by another article, just so you guys see this is not Photoshop. Teofimo Lopez tells Deontay Wilder, you're a grown man. Stop being a abyssal. Teofimo has heard Deontay Wilder's excuses and thinks the former champion needs to quiet down. Teofimo just lost in front of his hometown crowd of New York Madison Square Garden, MSG. He was at the Garden, not in the big room, but in the smaller room. And after these bold claims that he would never say to Deontay Wilder, this is what Teofimo says. I won the fight. I don't care what anybody says. You know, matter of fact, roll the clip. And this was Mr. Teofimo Lopez Jr. after he got beat by George Kambosos Jr. Roll the clip.
I love a fighter, but I won tonight, man. Everybody. I love a fighter, but I won tonight, man. And everybody know that. The referee raised my hand. I won tonight. I don't care what anybody says, yo. I won tonight. Hey, at the end of the day, I've been here. I've done that. I want to thank God. I want to thank everybody that came out tonight. Look, I ain't no sore loser. I take my wins like I take my losses. At the end of the day, man, I'm a true champion. I came out here. I did what I had to do, and I went out there and I did my best. Yo, I don't care what anybody says, man. I am as real as they come. And watch, this is the takeover, man. We don't stop. We keep coming. Yo, at the end of the day, man, I love you all. I won this fight.
What's up, baby? It's your boy Deontay Wilder.
Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Oh my God. So you heard it from Teofimo. He said, I won the fight. So it's very safe to say that Teofimo did not graciously accept defeat. He did not acknowledge defeat. Ironically enough, when there is a black fighter, right, like Deontay Wilder, he was ridiculed. He was called all types of names from old media. They said, oh, all Wilder does, him and his fans are making excuses. So I can't wait to hear the shape-shifting old media and what they have to say, knowing that Teofimo, in loss, he's not graciously losing. Now, this is just a sidebar, because some people So I said, when a black fighter, right, Deontay Wilder, there's another non-black fighter in addition to Teofimo Lopez in a main event that was a highly publicized fight. His name is Brandon Figueroa, and he also lost his fight. Close fight, very good fight. Both fights were good, right? And Brandon Figueroa refused to accept defeat as well. And I thought Fulton edged him, but it was close, right? And it's funny to see nobody in old media is bringing this up except for me. So let's run it back. When Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, oh my God, when he loses and has a difficult time wrapping his head around the idea that he lost, and some people believed him, some people felt that he was making excuses. That's all I seen on timelines and forums and comments. It's Wilder's salty. Wilder can't give it up. What a poor sport. What a loser. You know, all these types of names that were insults that were hurled Deontay Wilder's way, a black fighter. But then last night, in one given night, you see two fighters, different platforms, both non-black, Teofimo Lopez and Brandon Figueroa, one Honduran fighter and one Mexican-American fighter. And they had a difficult time accepting defeat. Now, I will say this, full disclosure, Brandon Figueroa's fight was much harder to score, in my honest opinion, even though I thought Fulton started well and closed well, and he eked it out. Teofimo's fight is a different story. I thought Kambosos handily beat Teofimo. Teofimo looked dry. He looked flat. He looked like the ring rust had gotten the better of him. And these aren't excuses. These are just what I've seen in the fight. He looked lethargic. He looked gun shy and discouraged at points in the fight. He did show some signs of life and had back-to-back very good rounds, round 9 and 10. But overall, it was George Kambosos' night. You got to give him a ton of credit. Shout out to all my fans out in Australia and New Zealand area. They don't oftentimes get full recognition in the world boxing. But this is their moment. This is Kambosos' moment. He did it. Everything he said. But meanwhile, Teofimo said Wilder was being abyssal for making excuses. But I just played the clip for you. And Teofimo is not any better or any more tasteful or gracious in defeat. Right? And link in the description. Teofimo tells Wilder to stop being abyssal. Teofimo has told Wilder to stop being a bitch after making several wild excuses following his loss. Wilder's reputation has been left in tatters, right? See, look at how it's worded. Wilder's reputation is left in tatters after giving a string of bizarre reasons why he was beaten last Friday instead of accepting defeat. So peep the play. Black fighter. And look at how it's written and phrased. Like, what a weirdo. Wilder believes this and that, and he won't accept, right? Teofimo, who has nothing to do with the career of Wilder, has not even on the same network or platform as Wilder, not in the same division, he jumped in the mix. 23-year-old Lopez, who Fury successfully backed to upset Lomachenko, this is what he told SiriusXM. I think, quote, this is a direct quote so you guys see I'm not, ad-libbing. I'm sticking to the script. I think Deontay Wilder has too much time on his hands. This is Teofimo talking now. He needs to focus on his own damn self. Go back to the gym, get ready for a fight. Wow. You can't make this stuff up. Wilder needs to focus on his own damn self, go back to the gym, get ready for a fight. Stop talking about a dent in your head. You are a grown man. Stop being abyssal. This is Teofimo talking, right? Immediately after Fury stopped Wilder in a bizarre 7 rounds, right? Fury was also forced to deny BS claims. Then Wilder broke a long period of silence after his first ever loss. He himself came up with the same elaborate theory, yada, yada, yada. So, case in point, Teofimo jumped in the mix and he wasn't having it. He was like, nah, take your L, take your lump like a man. So it's very ironic to post-fight hear Teofimo act the way he did. Kambosos, if you watch the tape, Kambosos was trying to be cool to him. It appeared to me. He was like showing sportsmanship, like good stuff. You know what I mean? I bested you. He got strapped up, strap season. And then Teofimo was like not having it and came, disrespectful and was saying, oh, he a good fighter, but I beat him. I don't care what nobody said. Well, you should care what people said, because right now on the internet, Teo is being flamed, and his dad, for this type of behavior, because this is a gentleman's sport. This is Teofimo. Look, I said, follow me on Instagram at Boxingego. This is how the fight went to Teofimo versus how he felt it went versus how it really went. He thought he was doing all this, but this is him. Look. Boom, 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 boom. Crossroads. Boom, boom. Tell me what you... He thought he was doing, but look. Teo, look at this fight on TV. This look like George whooping he got him like Chauncey from Menace. Man, y'all better follow me. Look, Leonard Ellaby, Teofimo Pops, biggest effing clown. This is what he said before the outcome. Mayweather CEO G checks Teofimo Lopez, and he warns of a humbling coming 9 days ago. So he did this before the fight. Leonard Ellaby told you, Ego tried to warn you. Y'all didn't want to listen. Look, this Teofimo, look, memed out. I won 10 of 12 rounds, changed my mind. So you call Wilder out his name, which was out of pocket. Here's what they think about you. Look, they got Canelo with all his belts still, and meanwhile, Teo got the crying Jordan face. And I said, Teofimo Lopez is 2-3. Not 2-3 like Michael Jordan, but I gave him 2-3 rounds versus George Kambosos. That's a bar. Follow me. You know what I mean? So, Teo made his bed. It is what it is. Him saying, I won, I beat you, I don't care what knowing. It just looks bad. Kambosos fought the fight of his life. He fought with conviction, passion, and he lived up to what he said he was going to do. And now Ryan's clout chasing him and other stuff, but let the man spend time with his family. I posted this. I said, for the record, the fight with Teofimo and Kambosos, it really shouldn't have been a split decision. I don't think it was really hard to assess who was winning and who was winning what rounds. Kambosos was even doing like showboating and bolo punches and all types of stuff. It wasn't Teo's night, but I'm curious to see if Teo has an updated thought, since he told Wilder, no excuses, stop being a baby, stop being a abyssal, and own up to what happened, get your butt back in the gym. And then he loses, and then it's supposed to be different. We supposed to treat him different. And look at the status of his face, bro. His face looked worse than Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Wilder's ear was bleeding, but like your face looked battered up. And the biggest difference here is Tyson Fury some people thought Fury was the favorite. You dig what I'm saying? Some people thought Fury was the favorite here versus Teofimo. He was the favorite in this equation, and people are looking at it as an upset. And Tyson Fury, he's 6'9", he's about to almost 7 feet tall. Kambosos, you said he was too small. This is what Teo said. That's not my opinion. Teofimo said Kambosos was way too small. I told you, I don't be lying. Teofimo Lopez claims to end George Kambosos Jr. in 1 round. Quote, he's too small. Well, guess what? Mr. Too Small had your face looking like that. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, Kambosos fought the fight of a lifetime. These are the pictures. Teo looked off. And, I'm curious to see his updated thoughts on Wilder. Let me know how I did in this video. Subscribe if you like content like this in the sweet science. Use my links in the description. They're affiliate links. Holidays are coming up. My Amazon storefront. If you guys got purchases on Amazon, go check for some of the cool tech and gadgets, microphones and stuff that I use. Check out my Amazon influencer storefront. That's all I got. And I'm out.